here for spring lacrosse. 45 degrees with a north wind at 3 to 5 miles per hour.
Good evening and welcome to CTN Lite coverage of girls lacrosse here at Coon Rapids Field. Just getting ready for our national anthem and starters here, and then we will get our coverage underway.
Here they are for the Panthers, beginning with number 13, sophomore attack, Brooke Ellison. Number 32, senior defense, Taylor Falvey. Number 21, sophomore midfield, Kara Hedke. Number 22, senior defense, Anna Johnson. Number 26, senior midfield, Madison Ngeni. Number 49, senior attack, Abigail Oman. Number 44, sophomore defense, Delaney Roach. Number 25, senior midfield, Sarah Schwartz. Number 2, junior defense, Chloe Salazarman. Number 36, senior attack, Sophia Salazarman. Number 11, freshman attack, Eva Tot. Defending the net will be sophomore goalkeeper, number 17, Erica Holland. The head coach is Giovanni Lopez. Here's your starters for your Cardinals. Number 27, sophomore defense, Jordan Beck. Number 11, freshman midfield, Casey Beck. Number 8, junior defense, Kennedy Bolander. Number 9, junior attack, Lila Gilliard. Number 6, sophomore defense, Brooke Griffith. Number 7, senior defense, Emily Holloway. Number 1, junior attack, Gianna Isaacs. Number 3, junior midfield, Rachel Jerzak. Number 17, junior defense, Amit Joash. Number 13, senior midfield, Rowan Tom. Number 15, sophomore attack, Anna Van Holsen. Defending the Cardinals goal, senior goalkeeper, Hannah Stadolka. The head co-coaches are Michaela Weisfenning and Jeff Snickel. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Thank you.
And it looks like we are just about ready to get underway here at Coon Rapids Stadium. Girls lacrosse game, Spring Lake Park visiting the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Panthers-Cardinals game today. Coon Rapids and St. Louis Park, Spring Lake Park. That will not be the last time that happens tonight. Both with an 0-2 record coming into today's game. They both play again on Wednesday, not each other. Cardinals will go to Rogers, and Spring Lake Park will be home versus Andover. About 45 degrees out on the field right now. Not a lot of wind out there, very light, if any. As we get ready for the game here. I'll see the players and officials getting to their spots. Starters for Spring Lake Park. Erica Holm back in the net. Brooke Ellison, Taylor Falvey, Kira Hedke, Anna Johnson, Madison and Jeannie, Abigail Oman, Delaney Roach, Sarah Schwartz, Chloe Solorzano and Sophia Solorzano, and Eva Todd. On the Cardinals side of the field, Hannah Stadolka, senior goalkeeper, back minding the net. And your starters are Jordan Beck, Casey Beck, Kennedy Bolander, Lila Gilliard, Brooke Griffith, Emily Holloway, Gianna Isaacs, Rachel Jerzak, Amik Joaj, Rowan Tom, and Anna Van Halzen. And it looks like we are ready to get rolling. So the face-off, a little different than boys lacrosse here. They'll meet in the middle. Ball basically gets tossed into the air by the two players. Once a player has control, we'll get that clock started. Still waiting on that official whistle there, and it looks like we do have the signal to start the clock. Panthers moving the ball into the offensive end there. We got those two arcs, the 12-meter and 8-meter arc, just outside the goalie's crease. Panthers working the ball around behind the net now, going up to the top side. Ball down on the ground as the defense closes in. Just looking to knock that out. Solorzano, you see up top there, she sends the ball over to Sarah Schwartz. Schwartz gets the ball back. A little fumbled pass there down onto the ground, but that's picked up by the Panthers. Defense calling out who they've got here on the switch. Tries to make a run and get a little motion there. Nice stop there by Stadolka to knock that one down. She drops the ball for her teammate. And the Cardinals with possession, bringing that up. Top side of the pitch. All the way down toward the attacking end of the field. As that gets handed off to Tom. Tom taking it all the way around behind the net as our team gets set up here. Tom sizing up the defense, just one defender in front of her. Good pass through the middle on a great run. And that one finds its way to the back of the net. Good pass by Tom. And a goal for Kennedy Bolander. Some good motion to clear out that side of the field. And put her team up 1-0. You see our head coaches down there on the sideline. Coach Weisfetting and Snickel. We'll get ready for the draw here in the middle again. And it looks like the Panthers are going to come away with that face-off as well. Pass a little long over midfield, but no defender there to stop the advance by the Panthers. As they bring that ball down to the 12-meter arc and look to set up their offense. Looking for a pass over to the middle and gets it. It's Jenny with the ball now. Defense rotating there, keeping her out. Passed along to the bottom, quick step to the right. And then back to Jenny. That pass a little too long, goes up top. Tom's the first one there, scoops that up, and she's got some speed cutting down the middle of the field. She's going to take that all the way past that restraining line up to the 12-meter arc, looks to make a move, gets around the defender, and carries the ball all the way around behind the net. Open player out front. She sees her. Passes just a little too high, though. Goalie able there to get her net on it. Looks like we're going to stoppage on the clock. Let's see what the call is here. Looks like it will be Cardinal ball back behind the net here. Tom with it now. A little motion out front. Opens it up. She carries it herself all the way around. Picks up a few defenders on the way. Tosses it low. And that goes in front of the net, but stays inbounds down to the near corner. It is picked up. Still Cardinal ball. Picks up a second defender. She tries to make her way in. And that gets tossed back up top. Jordan back with it now. She passes it over just left of center field. A couple players cutting through the middle showing, but no pass made. Ball behind the net now. Tom with it again. Sizes up her defender, looks for motion out front. Comes all the way around to the inside, cuts back, thinking about a shot, but the defense is staying on her. Gets up, fires that one low. Good block by the goalie to keep that one out. Home deflects that one, but the Cardinals recover. Maintain possession of the ball. Back to Tom behind the net on the near side. Just behind that yellow line. She's looking at the motion of the defense as they switch and trade there. Trying not to let any players get a free release through the middle there. Defense makes it around the net. Tom out in front, trying to get around the goalie. Doesn't see anything there. Bounces around the other side. She's still back behind, looking for an open player for a pass. Nothing doing. Motions to her teammates to run through the middle there. We'll see if we get any picks. Defense doubles up. Didn't quite catch that pass. No clean shot there, but the ball's still bouncing around. No clear control. Cardinals end up with the ball. Taking it back behind the net this time is Casey Beck. Back over. Little spin move. Tries to run out front. The defense is right there to keep her out. Ball falls out of her cross onto the ground, and we will get a whistle on that one. So she'll get that free release from the 8-meter mark. Whistle, a start, a throw, and a catch. Good defense from Home there to grab that one. Home looks for someone to pass to. Surveys the field and tosses it down the middle. Cardinals almost come up with that one. So Panthers with the ball now, just past the middle of the field. Advancing that up. Pass dropped, not handled cleanly, but Panthers maintain possession. Coming up to the 12-meter arc, looking to put a move around her defender, but carrying it ultimately all the way behind. I believe that's hard to see the numbers from here. There we go. That's a 13. Spring Lake Park in their blue jerseys. A high shot here, but that takes a wide angle. Rolls toward the out of bounds line. Panthers with it still. That's Ellison. Passes it off to her teammate behind the goal. Good stop out front by the Cardinals. Defense grabs that, brings it back down the other way. Long run on the near side. No defense trying to slow her down at all. And Gilliard still with the ball now. Brings it up to the 12-meter arc. Waits for her teammates to get set up. And sends that back up to the point. Six and a half minutes gone here in the first half. 1-0 Coon Rapids lead. Coon Rapids with the ball. Bolander with it behind the net now. Passes it along through the back, and that is dropped out the back line, so that will be an unforced turnover there. Clock continues to roll. Panthers look to get that ball out of their own defensive end and set it down the other way. Aggressive defense there from the Cardinals. Tom thought about taking a swipe at it, but didn't want to risk the foul, so holds off. Lorner down the middle of the field, past that restraining line into the offensive third. A couple of cutbacks there. The ball ends up on the ground. A little bit of a scrum for it now to see who can end up with the ball. We will get a whistle and a flag, I believe. No flag, just the whistle on that one. The Panthers with the ball here. Running it back and forth in front of that defense. Schwartz with the ball now at the 12-meter arc. Just right of center. Long pass in through the middle. That one's caught. Fired. Defense is there to get a stick on it, so it's not a clean shot. Ball bounces back out and then recovered by the Panthers. Ellison with it. She tries to make a move. Slips. Ball comes out, and that's recovered by the Cardinals. Tom running downfield with it now. A leisurely jog downfield. The defense just looking to get in position, not trying to stop her. She goes to make a move left and is pushed outside. Good defending as they rotate. She passes back behind the net, looks to set up. We'll see what kind of motion they have set up here. Cutters moving at different times. Pass up through the middle, a cut back, a low shot, and that one goes out the back line. That will still remain Cardinal ball, though, as they were the closest to it when it went out. One of those peculiarities in the rules of lacrosse that doesn't really apply to other sports. We are going to get a stop on the clock officially as they try to track down another ball. I think our official clock on the scoreboard here says 14:56, so we will let ours run to sync those back up. And we are right on time again. 1-0 lead for the Cardinals here. Ball is passed up top to Jerzak. Jerzak carries it herself around to the point. You see a little bit of rotation as defenders slide around there. A run through the middle, runs into the defense. Wasn't sure if that was a pass or a shot, but it ends up in the net of the Panthers. They pass it off to goalkeeper Holm. Tom aggressive on the defense there with the goalie out of the crease. That is illegal, but we're going to get a whistle here, and that is still going to be Panthers ball. Our officials making the call there. Oh, they are going to award the ball to the Cardinals on that one. So it looks like they let the clock keep running there here on the scoreboard in arena. So official time is slightly off, but we'll get that synced back up for you. Cardinals with the ball. Send it back up to the top of the point. Bolander with it, looking around. She gets some players cutting through the middle in front of her. Doesn't see any open pass, and she's going to just toss it back to Tom. Down on the baseline, pass to Bolander up front. Beautiful give and go there from Tom to Bolander. That'll make it 2-0 Cardinals. That's Bolander's second today. Both coming on assists from Tom. So 2-0 lead for the home team at this point. We'll see some players checking in and out as we get set for another face-off. 13:05 left here in the first half. 2 24-minute halves for the girls. Wait for our officials to start that clock, and they do. Panthers with the ball. All three face-offs going to the Panthers here. A big run from them to bring the ball down into the offensive end. That was Ellison bringing it all the way in. Good defense by the Cardinals, keeping that as far outside as they can. Solorzano brings it all the way around the back. She gets a shot, and that one's blocked, knocked down by the Cardinals. Stodolka still with that clean sheet here. Long pass to get that out and across midfield. Good run here. Casey Beck. Beck looking around for someone to pass to. Gets met by the defense. She's able to get that over to Washburn. Washburn sends it all the way down that baseline. Isaacs looking to make a move. Defense closes up and meets her there. She passes it back up. The Cardinals have been on the offensive end of the field the vast majority of this game so far. We don't have a time of possession stat, but it would be pretty easy to see. As Tom does it herself this time, scoops that loose ball up off the turf, turns and fires. So 2 assists and a goal for Tom already. Having an excellent game. 11:45 here. And a 3-0 lead for the Cardinals. We're going to timeout by the Panthers as the coach wants to chat with the team a little bit. It is understandable. We see the Cardinals there on your screen. Was overcast and rainy earlier in the day. Not sure if that affected the field conditions, but still a little bit overcast. On the flip side there, you see the Panthers. Head coach Giovanni Lopez talking to his team. Giovanni in the red coat there. Few fans in attendance here. We'll get our players back out onto the field here. $11:45 here in that first half. Get to the face-off. Wait for our officials and our subs to all get into position, and they do. Whistle for the face-off, and possession starts our clock. Spring Lake Panthers. Spring Lake Park Panthers. 4 for 4. Lost the ball on the cradle there. Turn it over to the Cardinals. Cardinals coming in the other way. Trying to get that advantage. Bolander bringing it down to the near side corner. Looks for her teammates to get set up. Bolander still holding behind the goal. Bolander's got 2 goals tonight already. She passes it back. Low pass. This bounces. It is going to stay in bounds, and the Panthers are going to get there first. Scoop that up. It's a good defensive stop on the unforced turnover. Weaving through other players. Get a screen out at center court as that ball is advanced. Slight mismatch, but the defense is in the way to slow down Ellison there. She takes it all the way around behind the net. Looks to come near side with the wraparound. Stodolka gets her net up and in the way to block that one. That deflects out the back line. Panthers maintain possession. 10:20 left to go here in the first half. Ball goes back to Ellison. Looks for a teammate as that comes behind the net. Defense slides over to meet her. Ball on the ground, rolls in the crease, passed back to Stodolka, who launches it all the way down to the near side. Good pass to Isaacs, and we are going to get a whistle. I believe we're going to get an offside call here. So Panthers with the ball after the offside call, rather. The 3 players have to stay behind that white line, hanging back. This shot's a little too high, goes all the way through traffic. Spring Lake Park trying to maintain possession. Ball still on the ground. Scramble for that, and ultimately they do come up with it. Solazaro with it here. Passes it off to her teammate as the ball's worked back around near just right of the point. At the elbow, if we're in basketball here. Outside that 12-meter arc, she looks to make a move, runs into the defense, loses the ball, tries to scoop it up, tries again, ends up with the ball, trying to make a shot. This one goes through the middle, comes out the top side, will stay in bounds, and the Panthers will scoop that one up as well. Well, Panthers with a prolonged offensive opportunity here, keeping the ball in here, keeping pressure on that Cardinal defense. So we'll get a whistle. And that'll be a free release at the 12-meter line for the Panthers. A little over 8 left on the clock now. A free release, tries to make a move. High shot. Fumbled a little bit by Stodolka there, but she ends up catching her own rebound over her head there. As she prepares to toss that ball upfield. That is on the ground just past the halfway mark. Couple players down on the turf. No whistles on that, just people falling over. Ball's brought forward by the Cardinals here. Down to the near side corner. Just behind that back line and bringing it around behind the net. Looks to the middle, but no open passing lane available. She had Tom for a moment there out front, but her position behind the net didn't give her a clear shot at that pass. She does dump the ball off to Tom, who's behind the net. Ron looking as the defense rotates there. They're run through the middle. No pass made. Second player cuts through. Then a third. This pass goes up and gets knocked down. Picked up by Bolander. Deflected. Great close save from home there. Get the body in the way. Coming back fast the other way down the field are the Panthers. Had an even strength 4-on-4 there. Cardinals are able to slow them down. Gordon with the ball. The rest of the Cardinal defense gets back into position. Gordon dumps that one off. Nice bump by the defense, but they are going to call the contact, so that is going to be a Spring Lake Park ball. We'll put that on the left-hand side. Stadilka prepping for what should be a close-range shot here. Whistle. Shot goes up, wide to the right. Panthers trying to pass it through the middle of their player. That goes on the ground, but back out to the Panthers. Still with the ball. And the sustained offensive pressure by the Panthers here as they look for a crack in the Cardinals' defense to get on the board. This is passed back behind the net. Try to pass through the middle, but the defense was there to get a stick on it. Ball still on the ground and then scooped up by the Cardinal defense. We're going to run down the near side of the field. Cradling that ball there. Gilliard brings it all the way into the offensive end as defenders get back for the Panthers. She'll carry it herself all the way behind net. This pass goes up. Bolander jumps to catch it, fires a shot, but this one's low. Goes out the back, but it will still be Cardinal ball. Five minutes left to go here. Cardinals working the ball around, trying to run through there. We will get a whistle, and we'll see what the call is. It's going to be Cardinal ball. Isaac's with it here on that 8-meter arc. Looks like we're going to get some subs here. With 4:02 here, they stop the timer as some players come on and off, and looks like we're ready to get rolling again. Low shot from Isaac, and it bounces in for goal number 4.
Scoring number 1, Gianna Isaac.
A bouncer there. A little harder to respond to as a goalie. You don't have those huge leg pads like you do in hockey. So a 4-0 lead with just under 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Cardinals in control on this one. They've had several prolonged offensive opportunities. Some good passing there on the offensive end as well. Well, Spring Lake Park has won every face-off to this point. Let's see if they can maintain that. We're going to whistle for the jump ball. And that is scooped up once again by the Panthers. Looking to make their way into the offensive side here as the Cardinal defense gets back into position. Trying to pass through the middle. Good pass. This one's bounced toward goal, but ultimately a little bit wide left. Does stay in bounds as the Panthers maintain possession. Since passed back behind the net. Ellison with it. Looks to cut back and take a high shot, but the defense is there to deny her the opportunity. Pass not handled cleanly, but picked up by the Panthers. Passed back around. Looking for a spot to make a move, and that one's knocked out of her cross. She scoops it back up. Schwartz still with the ball now. Ball gets tossed behind the net. Ellison looks to make a move. The defender doesn't fall for it. Ellison brings it all the way down to the near side corner, and that gets passed up. Only one defender there, but in the right position. Maintains that position to not let her player get a clean shot. And we will get a call here. Can't swipe those crosses too close to the head. No helmets in girls lacrosse, so a little tighter on those calls, especially near and around the head. So this will be Schwartz with the ball at the 8-meter line, looking to take her shot. We'll get the whistle. She fires that low, and another stop for Stodolka. Scoops that one up in net. Keeps her perfect. No goals allowed so far here in the first half. Scooped up by the Cardinals and brought downfield. Brought through the middle and passed to Bolander. Bolander up on the top side of the field now, just outside that 12-meter arc. Waits for her teammates to get in position. Back flashes through the middle, but no pass. That's sent back up top to Tom. Tom sizing up the defensive positioning, cuts in on her own. Bounces around. Her defender stays with her. She takes it around back behind the net. A little bit of motion from the Cardinals. Flashing through the middle there one at a time. Trying to show their sticks for the open pass. The middle gets cleared back out. Tom evaluating her defender to see if she can make a move around her. Goes with a spin move there. Tries to get up and around. A low scoop shot, but that goes wide left. And that is going to be a Panthers ball. They were closer on that back line. Just about halftime here. Panthers looking to advance the ball, try to get something here in this last 30 seconds. Running right through the middle. Down to that 12-meter line, looking for a pass, but not taking it. She sends that up through the middle, player right in position, and a great goal. Good pass. No one had accounted for Ellison. She was parked right out front, just waiting on that one.
Goal for Spring Lake Park, scoring number 13.
So nice work there to draw the defense. And again, Ellison wasn't accounted for. She just parked right out front on the left, just inside the crease line. Caught the pass, put it in before Stodolka could get in position to even have a shot at that one. So 4-1, 20 seconds left to go. We'll get that face-off here at the middle. And that is going to be Coon Rapids' ball. Tom runs that one in on her own, takes a shot up high. That bounces off Holm. It may have hit her helmet. That's scooped up, fired way high off the top. It is going to be, what's the call here? Coon Rapids' ball. They are going to say there are 3 seconds left on the clock. So we'll get the whistle, play starts, and that will take us to halftime. So 4-1 lead for Coon Rapids here after the first half of play. Some prolonged offensive possessions for them. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes here. You are watching Coon Rapids sports coverage on CTN Lite, CTN Sports. And it looks like we are just about done with halftime. A 4-1 lead for the Cardinals as we get ready to play this second half. The official clock here in the stadium has moved up to 25 minutes. Not sure why on that one, but we will set ours to match. And maybe adding stoppage time from that first half. Looks like we've got a Bolander there at the middle of the field, ready for the draw. This face off here, still on the ground. Kicked ahead by the Panthers. Scooped up. And we'll get the clock rolling. So Panthers start the second half on the offense. Looking to get some players set up as they send most of them out. And they have some motion going now. Ball passed around the top side of the field. Run through the middle, trying to do a spin, but running into the defense. Ball loose on the grass, but scooped up. That was Tot, who passes it back up to the point. Little move up top, but that's lost. Cardinals defense stops that attack. And with speed down the middle of the field is Bolander. Bolander looks at the positioning of her defender. Slows down at the 12-meter arc. Goes for a pass through the middle, right into the cross. And we get a whistle on that one. I think there may have been some unintended contact there. Cardinal ball. A whistle there. And that shot is blocked. Goes wide left, but Cardinals had a player parked at that back line, so they'll maintain possession. 23 minutes left here in the second half. 4-1 lead for the Cardinals as they pass the ball around. That's fired up through the middle, but not able to get a clean catch. Scooped up by the Panthers, and running it downfield is Sarah Schwartz. Schwartz still with the ball, gets that 12-meter line. Good check on the cross there to knock that one out, but recovered by Schwartz. She's got a player back by that baseline behind the net. She passes it over, and then Ellison gets it behind the net. Looking for cutters with a clear passing lane. Doesn't have any right now. Brings it back down herself. Behind the net. Fakes around front. Tries to make a move. Gets out front for the shot, and that is blocked. Again by Stadolka. Stadolka with another save. And now it's Tom with it in her cross, coming the other way. A 5-on-5 here. Tom looks to get around her defender, pushes, doesn't find anything with the defense, so just carries it all the way around the outside and behind the net. Her teammates rotating it out to that 12-meter arc and then cutting through, showing the cross for that open pass, but nothing doing. This one goes to Bolander up high, but she loses it, goes down on the ground, and the Panthers scoop the ball up. Panthers coming back down the other way now. With some speed, able to get a little bit of an advantage. Trying to get around Bolander there on the defense. That's Olenek, who dumps it off. Good defensive positioning to not let Ellison get an angle on that, and they drive her all the way behind the net. Defender on either side of the net now. Pass through the middle. Little spin move, but dropped. That ball is loose now. Cardinals trying to recover. Panthers scrambling for it as well. Looks like we'll get a whistle, and it will be Panther ball. Player tying their shoe on the left of your screen there. Right, officials putting everyone in position and restarting play there. That is pass. Ellison cuts out front, but the defense is there to knock that out of a cross. Ball on the ground. It gets kicked over. Panthers still trying to scoop that up as the Cardinals try to clear its back behind the net. And Ellison ultimately ends up with it at that back line behind the net. Cutters through the middle. Ellison still looking. Holding that ball. She brings it back down. This pass goes up to the top side. At about that 8-meter mark. And is passed back around to Ellison. Ellison looks to move, but two defenders meet her there. She fakes to the other side, cuts back up through the middle, jumps, shoots, and scores. Officially 1944 on the clock with that goal for Ellison. And that'll be a 4-2 game, cutting into that lead. Ellison's second tonight. Assistant coach talking to Ellison there on the sideline, and on the flip side, you see the Coon Rapids coaches on screen. We'll get some subs as we get ready for this next face-off. This face-off gets fired toward the offensive end for Spring Lake Park, and they end up with it. Clock starts, and Ellison has a run there. She looks to get around the defender, but she's driven around the back of the net. Comes all the way around, is met with three defenders. Good pass up front, but we will get a whistle. And I think we had a cross make some contact there that was unintentional. And will be Panthers ball. Abigail Oman with it now. She winds up, fires. That's knocked down out front. Loose ball rolls back and is kicked back to Stadoka, who scoops that one up. She fires it long over the head of her player. Ball's kicked around. We're going to get a call on a push here. With a stop on the clock. And we're going to get a yellow card on the push. So Panthers get the ball on the penalty there. Cardinals will be down a player for the moment. Ellison behind the net for the Panthers. A lot of traffic out front right now. We'll get another whistle. They may be calling 3 seconds here on the defense. I believe that is what we've got going on here. Panthers ball on the outside. Little run in. And we'll get another call. So that's an offensive foul on that one. And ran straight into the defender there. Cards with the ball. So running upfield on the near side. Looking to advance that. Gilliard brings it up, crosses through the middle on her own, probing the defense, and takes it all the way behind the net. Passed over, defense is there to meet the Cardinals. This one's dropped, and we're going to get a cross-check call. Offensive foul, ball turns over to the Panthers, but they lose it on the ground. A little scramble for it. A failure to advance, and so it'll be Cardinal ball now. Passed to the middle. Bolander with it at the point. Looks like our penalty is over. Tom with the ball. That 4-2 lead for the Cardinals. 16.5 to play. No defense on Tom as she's about halfway between that 12-meter arc and the restraining line. Coaches yelling out for players to get in position as they look to run their offense. Tom over to Bolander. Bolander cradling. Looks to make a move. Ultimately holds back. She and Tom switch places. Goes left, then comes back to the right. Just at that 12-meter arc. Trying to shuffle those defenders around. Bolander tries again. Swerves in and comes out. Now just one defender between her and the goal. She passes it back behind the net. That's going to go out the back line and be a turnover. Panthers ball. Jordan Beck not quite able to handle that pass. Panthers with it at the back line. Beck trying to apply pressure. Spring Lake Park looking to run that forward. That's knocked out of her cross, and the call is going to still be Spring Lake Park ball. Brought in still on the near side. Pass forward and an offensive chance here for the Panthers. Low shot. Not a good enough angle on that one, as that one's easily tossed aside by Stodoka. Rolls up to the top side of the field. Players scrambling for the ball on the ground now. Panthers scoop it up, and we're going to stop on the clock here. I think we're going to get a timeout. Officially 14:33 on the clock. At the time of that timeout, and that 4-2 lead for the home team, Coon Rapids Cardinals. Both teams looking for their first win this season, both sitting on that 0-2 record. Head coaches for the Cardinals talking with their team there. Obviously, the 4-1 lead, a little more comfortable than a 4-2 lead. They've got 14:33 left to play here. They'd like to maintain or grow that lead. Get that first win on the board for the season. A whistle from the official there, signifying our timeout has wrapped up. Coon Rapids coach is out on the field there. Looks like we're going to have a conversation with the coaching staff and the officials. You see the players getting set there on the right side on your screen. Out near center field, we've got the other two officials and the head coaches for both teams having a chat about how things are being called and how they're going to handle the rest of this game. Spring Lake Park ball in the offensive end. 14:33 left to go and a 4-2 lead for Coon Rapids. Passed back behind the net. Allison looking to cut up and in, but the defense is there to keep her run all the way back up to the point. She looks to make a move again, probes, but the defense slides in front of her. Drives her back around to the baseline. She almost had a clear shot there, but the defense once again in position to deny her the opportunity. Passed back behind the net. Panthers looking to get someone through the middle open there as the ball's passed back around up top at the 12-meter arc. Schwartz brings it herself all the way around the bottom. You see the entire team cutting through the middle there. That pass a little too high, and we'll get a whistle with a push, and it will still be Panthers ball. They tried the move where they had the entire team sweep through the middle except for one player. Going to clear out most of that defense, create a wall and a lot of traffic for the goalie to have to worry about. So we're at the 8-meter arc here. Trying to make a move and a shot. Defense is there to block and knock that one down before Stodolka even had to do any work. Good positioning by the Cardinals to keep that attempt from not even being a shot on goal. Schwartz with the ball. Looks for a pick, gets it, runs to her right. Defense slides over. She tries to pass, but more great defense by the Cardinals. Get the cross up in the right place at the right time to knock that one down. Gilliard takes it herself after picking off the pass all the way down to the 12-meter arc on the offensive end. That pass by her knocked down to the ground, but scooped up by the Cardinals. Gilliard will run back and tag out at that restraining line. Ball is down in the middle, a little spin move toss. We get a whistle. We'll see what the call is. So it will remain Cardinal ball. That is Beck with it at the 8-meter mark. Beck fires a shot up high and puts it in for the goal to make it 5-2.
Cardinals scoring for Coon Rapids. Number 11, Casey Beck.
That's Beck's first tonight. Four different players scoring for the Cardinals tonight. Good to get some offensive production going this game. They scored 6 in their last game against Blaine. The game was ultimately a loss, but that is their high mark for the season. So with just under 12 minutes to go, they increase that lead to go back up by 3. Ready for the face-off net. Draw tosses the ball up. It bounces once off the turf and is picked up by the Panthers. Panthers passing the ball forward, fumbled but scooped up. They maintain possession as they bring it across that restraining line. Knocked away by Tom. 5-on-4 opportunity here, but the defense trying to get back in a hurry. Tom looks to make a move, runs into 2 defenders. Carries the ball all the way back behind the net. And looks for her team to set up the offense. Tom with the pass up over the head of Bolander. That comes all the way through and is picked up by Isaacs. Isaacs looks to put the spin move on her defender. Still holding on to it. Running to her left now. Down to the baseline, back behind the net. As the Cardinals offense continues to move. Isaacs keeps it, fires it point blank. Goes off the goalie toward the back line, but still inbounds. Panthers ball. Panthers trying to advance that out. That gets knocked down by the Cardinals and then scooped up off the ground by the Panthers, and we are running the other way. Attempted a pass, and the ball gets dropped out of the cross. Cardinals instantly back on offense. Bolander makes a move to her left, checks to make sure she's got the ball still, fires a shot, but it's wide right, down on the ground, scooped up by the Cardinals. Cardinals maintain possession here as that's tossed up to the arc. Carried down, around, and behind the net. Just under 10 minutes left in this game. 5-2 Cardinal lead. Brought around the front and passed back to Tom. Tom with it now. Top side of the field at about the 8-meter mark. Tries to cut in, gets around some defense, loses the ball. That gets knocked out by the defense. It's down on the ground. The Panthers defense scoops it up and looks to clear. Cradling as she runs down here on the near side. Another turnover. The Cardinals pick it up. Bolander looks to make a couple of moves. She tosses that one. It goes off the crossbar, bounces over the goal, out the back line, and Cardinals will maintain possession. That would have been the hat trick for Bolander, but her shot bounced off the ground, went up high. Just caught that crossbar and went out. The Cardinals still have the ball. Pass in. That shot is low and stopped by Holm. Holm scoops it up into her net. Passes it to her defense. Looking to clear the zone for the first time in a while. And they do. On a long run from Olenek. Olenek trying to get around her defender. Drops the ball. Scoops it back up. Passes that one off. Solorzano on the top side behind the goal. She passes it. Ball dropped as a move is attempted there. A weak shot bounces to Stadolka as she gets it to her defender to try and clear this one out, and she does. Clears that restraining line. Running on the far side of the field as she crosses the middle. Up on the wing north side, that's passed to Tom. Tom walks it forward a little bit, passes it. And that ball comes back around to the cross of Beck. Beck gives it back to Bolander. Bolander with it now at the point. Trying to put a spin on that defense. Catch him in a missed assignment or a bad slide there. And gain that edge. Once you get past that first line of defense, you have a pretty clear shot. A little handoff there, a little probe of the defense. Ultimately bounces off. Tom with it behind, thinking about passing to Bolander, but ultimately doesn't. Great move by the defense to knock it down, but Tom able to catch it. Keeps it in her cross as she cuts into the 8-meter line, and we're going to get a whistle. Tom runs up and puts it in. Scoring again. Her second of the night. 6-2. Well, Tom with 2 assists, 2 goals tonight. And Cardinals get that lead up to 4. Matching their biggest lead of the night. They were up 4-0 back in the first. St. Louis Park. Spring Lake Park. Told you I'd do it again. Spring Lake Park picks up a goal in that first half to make it 4-1 at halftime. Then a second one to make it 4-2. The Cardinals get those 2 back to extend that lead back to 4-2. A few ticks under 6 left here in the game. Ready for that face-off in the middle. Panthers once again coming away with that face-off. Panthers advancing the ball, running all the way in here. Real close shot, but that one is denied, turned down. Defense passes it back to Stadoka in the crease. She's cradling now. Fires a long pass up over the head of her intended target. That's scooped up. Or not. Ball still loose. Cardinals do come up with it. Back with it now. Back on the near corner. Runs back behind the goal. Beck tosses that one up for Isaacs. Isaacs brings it down near side corner. Tosses a pass back behind net. Cardinals bring the ball back around front. Not a lot of players flashing through the middle at this point. Rotate defenders and offense. Defense tries to grab that one, not quite there in time. Good run, and that will be the hat trick tonight for number 8, Kennedy Bolander. Hat trick for her tonight. That's her 3rd goal. Good speed to get around the defense there and put that one in. And with a 5-goal lead now, a little over 4 minutes left. Back to the middle for another face-off. That one drops to the ground. And we'll do a restart. Ball does have to go up into the air. It's almost like a basketball jump ball, but the players have to throw it up themselves. There it is. Bounces on the ground. Scooped up by Bolander with speed as she crosses that restraining line. Looks for the rest of her team to join her. Fires a pass to the middle. Tom's right there. That one's blocked by a stick. It's on the ground. And that's going to get just over the line. that will be a goal for number 13. I believe that is her hat trick as well, if our Yend official stats are correct here. So Tom and Bolander, each with a hat trick tonight. That is 6 of the 8 Cardinal goals, their highest scoring output of the season so far. Four minutes left to go here. We're going to get a push called here on the Cardinals. And there we go. Panthers pass is a little bit too high. Stops on the line just before going out of bounds, but then they are going to call it out. Cardinals looking to advance it. A mob of players there around Bolander. Bolander uses those legs to get away. She's past the restraining line now into the offensive area of the field. So her team rotates around. 3.5 to go. Bolander fires a pass. A little too tall for Tom as that one's turned over to the Panthers. Panthers coming back down the other way. Good speed there. Cuts through a couple of defenders. Going to have a shot attempt, but that's knocked down and away. Ball loose. Knocked out the back line. And we are going to call that a Cardinal ball. Good attempt there, but some defense back to help. Cardinal ball at the back line. Play resumes. That's tossed low, trying to get it back to her goalie, but that's scooped up by Ellison. Ellison cuts around the front. She takes a shot. That goes off the side of the net. That's rolled toward the back line, but stays inbounds. Passed back up to the point. Panthers. Good run, nice move, and a great shot to score that goal for the Panthers. That was Madison Janey, midfielder.
Scoring on the play, number 8, Madison Janey.
And now it's an 8-3 game. Panthers scored 1 in their first game, 5 in their second. Both losses there. Just 3 goals tonight here against the Cardinals. Stodolka's done a great job with some of those point-blank shots. Turning them away, closing the door, as they say. Now we'll see Tom in the face-off here, and it is a face-off win for the Cardinals. They scoop this one up. Play resumes. Running it straight in is Jerzak. She brings it all the way back around behind the net, looking for someone to pass to, probing the defense a little bit there. She curves around down to the near corner. This pass ends up on the ground. Panthers trying to scoop it up. It's passed over. Still loose. We're going to get a push called on the Panthers, so that will remain Cardinal ball. Cardinals with it, just under 2. Tried to get a shot, but the defenders were there to block her cross. Cardinals ultimately do recover the ball, though. Don't have a number 2 on my roster, so can't identify the player, sorry. Cardinals with the ball behind the goal. Passed over, a little pressure from the defense. A little stick check here and there. Trying to push her out of bounds. And she is going to end up stepping out. Turning that over. That will be Spring Lake Park ball. In the very near corner there. A whistle and some pressure from the defense trying to push her out, but they are not able to do so. As the Panthers clear. Catching the ball on a single bounce there just by center field. And that's passed up to Isaacs. Isaacs has 2 defenders in front of her. 3 tries to cut around him. Runs into some traffic, not able to get a clean shot. Curves behind the net. Ellison looking for help. Someone to pass to. And that gets sent back out to the 12-meter arc. We're going to get a whistle on some motion here. And on our in-house clock, we'll try to match back up. The stadium scoreboard has 47, so do we. We'll wait for the whistle to start. Close run, high shot, and a goal for the Panthers.
Goal for Spring Lake Park. Scoring on the play, number 25, Sarah Sport.
You heard our in-arena announcer there. Number 25. Schwartz scoring that 4th goal for the Panthers, make it 8-4. Less than a minute left to go here in the game. Cardinals on top 8-4. We'll get another face-off with Tom out in the middle here. Left-handed player, so they're both on the same side of the line. Ball is up and ends up in the cross of the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Good run down through the middle. Cuts up left. That shot's fired very high, up and out the back. We're getting clock stoppage here in-house, so we will match it on broadcast for you. .30 seconds to go here. Stodoka fires it deep down the middle. That bounces a few times, gets past everyone, no defense back. Scooped up. Bollinger's going to have a shot, but the defenders catch up, knock it out of her cross. Ball on the ground, scooped up by number 2. We'll get another whistle. About 11 seconds left to play here in the game. Cardinal ball at the 8-meter line. There's the whistle. Ball is dropped. In the scrum, it gets tossed up in the air. Still trying to get it under control, and ultimately the Cardinals do. And that is going to bring us to the end of the game. You hear the final buzzer there. And will give us a final score of 8-4 in favor of the Cardinals. They are now 1-2 on the year. Spring Lake Park falls to 0-3. So 2 days from now, the Panthers get to play Andover at home. Huskies-Panthers for that game. And the Cardinals next play at Rogers. If you catch us on CTN Sports, I believe we have softball tomorrow on our flagship station, CTN Coon Rapids. I'd like to thank you for joining us on CTN Lite here tonight with the live stream of Girls Lacrosse. On behalf of our fabulous camera crew, Nate Maines and Neil Hennon, I'm Jeremy Smith. See you and have a great night.